So when you're thinking about getting your cameras, it's important to know there's different styles of camera. So I'm just going to show you a couple of the ones that we use. We call this a bullet camera, and it's got a more in your face look. So we like to use this on the farm side, where you kind of like want to have an active, kind of like a visual deterrent, so people can definitely see the camera. It looks like a camera, and it can provide a deterrent, a visual deterrent. The other style of camera that we quite like, we call this a turret camera. Now we like to use these on houses and offices and places where you don't want the camera. You don't actually want the camera so in your face, because we feel this kind of like blends in more with the house. And you can also get both cameras in different colours. So if you had a darker coloured house, we could actually get sort of like a grey coloured camera, and it would kind of blend in. It would look like a light fitting, but you'd still have the security system there. The bullet and the turret camera we mainly use for security systems. They when they're set up, will only look in one direction and not another direction. A pan tilt zoom like this camera here can move all the way around and can look in 360 degrees and zoom right in. We don't really like these for security cameras because they can only look in one direction at one time, and you can usually buy at least 2 of the other cameras for the price of this and cover the angles that you need in terms of security. There are times when you would want a pan tilt zoom camera for security, but it's usually when you've got somebody actively monitoring them. So for example, if you have a professional monitoring service, then they can log onto your cameras and can move around and act like a live security guard for you. We tend to use pan tilt zoom cameras more for livestock cameras and sheds such as this, where one camera can cover all of the animals that you've got in that shed. One of the important things to look for when you've got a pan tilt zoom is that it has a continuous 360 degrees pan, because it's really, some of them have only a 350 degrees, which means when you get to one end of it, you then have to, if you want to look a little bit further, you have to go all the way around, and that can be much more annoying than it sounds at first. So yeah, look for cameras that have got a continuous 360 pan, tilt and zoom.